TikTok. Here we are. Now we're streaming. Okay. So today we literally, I'm still not ready actually. We literally I did take a stupid ass paper trading though, which is a good part about paper trading because my emotions, honestly, y'all, have been so bad since I got funded. It's like I did the things, I asked for this. Why are my emotions shitty? Don't know. Anyway, I had a feeling, this is why I say the sessions indicator is so good. We already were above the previous session, so we were probably going to come down to take out the sell side. This is also why I don't do daily highs and lows. We did sweep the daily high, but we didn't go to the daily low. I know some people just trade daily high to daily low. I disagree with that because it doesn't always go to those. It goes to sessions more often. So if you want to trade more often, take sessions. So we came up here. This is a 15-minute chart, and then we tapped into this 15-minute block. I got in on this wick because it was a blue candle. There was another fair value gap here, but I broke my own rule, as in when there's two fair value gaps close together, always take the furthest one. So on the top, take the highest one. On the bottom, take the lowest one. We inverted the lower one. I got in, but then we bounced off the higher one. I thought we were going to this high. That's also why I'm kind of like, yes, the 4 hours, right? It's still the biggest candle of the day. But I want to see the hour today and see how that looked. Let's see how that looked actually right now. Because then you could just wait an hour and just wait for a bounce off of something, and then go down. I liked this execution was a 3-minute execution. This was a 15-minute execution. And this is why I say I like the 15-minute. Because I was like, this was 2 hours, so I got off the chart like, oh my god, we're not taking a trade today. And then right at noon, we finally got, because I've said this all the time on live, if we're in a range like this, to have like 100% trading strategy, honestly, if you just don't take stupid trades like me, there'll usually be a fair value gap above, a fair value gap on bottom. And one will be bullish to bounce up, and one will be bearish to bounce down. Once we invert them, buys on the bearish one, invert the bullish one, sells. Right at noon, candle closed below this giant bullish fair value gap, and then we ran down to Asian lows. That's the trade I wanted. So you can trade off just the 15-minute chart. I just want to show y'all that. However, if you want the 3-minute entry, as soon as we came out of this gap, I probably would enter right as this candle closed if I was trying the 15-minute chart and then how this drawdown. But as soon as we come out of this gap, you go down to the 3-minute, and then we had two gaps that were inversed here, these two green ones. We closed below them. That was the entry. Take it down to Asian lows. Boom. So that's what it was. That's what we had today. Inverse of here, and then if you wanted the 15-minute entry, that was here. I just said what I took today, Luke, if you're paying attention. So, and I want to show y'all how that works like every day on the 15 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna show you on the chart here, and then we're gonna back test it again. So you can literally trade just on 15-minute chart, and it's just like a patience thing. Patience, yo, what up, Tay? Patience is just it, because here you just would be like, I'm not trading today. There's no fake outs. And then boom, we finally got your candle close below, sells. The 15-minute gap was far though. I have to scroll back a lot. This is where the gap was, right here. It's always a far gap, I've noticed too. Something you have to scroll back for. So once we came out of that gap, boom, sell. And that's what I'm thinking about for like the power of 3. I don't know if that happens for y'all, but if you want the 4-hour power of 3, I'm trying to see, we're going to backtest that today, if there's always a 15-minute gap on the buy side to bounce out of, or the sell side. Because you want a downward candle, you want to come up first and then go down. So it should come up to a gap, reverse. Same on the lower side. There's a gap on the sell side, and then boom, reverse from. We do have one here for yesterday. We did come into, there's a bunch actually. There's one here, there's a gap here that's tiny that we came into, and then we reversed off of it as well. Let me take off this session indicator really quick. No, just to not see it. Boom. 10 a.m. We broke above it. We had a new gap on the 15 minute actually, and you just took the buys off that. That wasn't even good price action that day though, but you could have took that buy. And then another day, boom, gap. So that's why I want to backtest today. Like, you can just trade off these 15-minute gaps, and it'll like bounce off of them, and this will be your, you know, your power of 3 for your 4-hour candle. This is the afternoon trade. Where's 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. is, oh, that was this day. But also same shit, both ways. This is a 4-hour gap though down here, so you're not gonna see that one on the 4-hour. But there was a gap again for our trade that we took. We all took this trade though. I took this trade without this gap, but came out of this gap at 10 o'clock. Came up, came down. Obviously, the candle closed bullish because it ran up after our trade. Some people caught this trade, but we got a nice move down. Again, if you wanted the 15-minute inverse, you still got a good move if you got in after here. That's why I said you can trade the 15-minute. It'll still give you a good entry. But obviously, if you get in up, you'll get in further if you take it on the 3-minute. But I want to see today, like, how many of these 15-minute gaps we bounce off of. With the 15-minute on one side, the hour on the other side, if that makes sense. Let's see if we get another one here on this day. This day it came in at 9:30. Oh, also something I want to show you though is why, yes, at 9:30 you might want to get in before 10 o'clock for days like this, but you didn't have to. You could have got in right at 10 o'clock. But today was a day where you could have got in before, because I almost did. I almost got in before 10 o'clock. But I waited for the candle close, see how we did not close down, and we wound up going up and taking out liquidity. Because if you got in before 10 o'clock, your stop loss probably would have been this high. And we did bounce out of that gap already. That's why I always wait till 10 o'clock just in case. You just wait for the candle to close before 10 o'clock because you would have lost this trade just for it to go your way 2 hours later. So that's that. So let's backtest that tonight. Let me clear. Yeah, I've been paper trading and getting my emotions back right, but I think, yeah, I want to sit on the 1 hour on this side, because at least that wick would have shown me we're kind of going down. And then I would have came on the 15-minute and waited for some displacement or something, because 10 o'clock is here, and then this is the 1 hour candle. So, yeah, and 10:45, so I would have waited for this full candle to close, and then you would have got in somewhere around here, which is perfect. So yeah, I'm going to sit on the 1 hour chart now. Look at the 4 though, because obviously there's days where the 4 gives you something nice or a point to target, and then get in the 3-minute and go liquidity to liquidity. You even could took your trade just at this low if you wanted it. But then we had Asian and London. So let's back test that now. Next New York session. Let's do 1 hour, this one 15-minute. Okay, well, we're so far down. We've already swept liquidity. Okay, we might have to go to a 4 hour because there's just nothing. Okay, we've already swept this. So maybe we're reversing from here. See, you'll know when you have to go to the 4 hour, just like this. So see if there's a gap we can make gigantic, but there is one. It already got tapped into, but, and I don't feel like extending this that far. So what we're gonna do is extend right, boom. Alrighty. Jeez. So let's see if we bounce out of that. We do have a gap here to fill, this red one. This is an empty gap from like the weekend. So maybe we come up here and bounce. Who knows? Let's go back to the 1 hour and see, or we inverse and keep going lower. And then what the 15-minute is showing us is here. 30 There isn't really a sell side gap. There is one here on the upside. I don't want it to extend right anymore. And then there is one here we already bounced out of. It's just weird, the 15-minute, because there's always so many gaps. So let's just see how this plays out. And look what the 1 hour is going to show us as well. Okay, the 1 hour has our sessions indicator. So our London high is here and our Asian high is here. So it's probably the target to go back up. Okay. Boom, we're in this gap now at 10 o'clock. We did come back into this gap and push out of it for a nice move down if you wanted it. Maybe it'll fill the entire gap. Let's see. And if not, we want our reversal out of the gap. Boom. That's your candle close out of the gap. We did get an inverse fair value gap here if you wanted it. Take it to the high that we had at 9:30. Let's see if it plays out nicely. If not, 1 to 2.5. Oof, I don't know. And a loss. Okay, that did not play out how we wanted it. I did say nice move to fill the gap. Like I said, it's a 4 hour gap. Could fill, could inverse. That's the thing about big gaps like this too on that 4 hour. Like, it's so much that can happen in here. I hate trading in these because it could bounce out and reverse. And it could stay in it like this and keep going lower. So that's a loss. Unless you did this trade here, which was getting in at 10 o'clock or even under this candle for the sell trade. But I would have just took it to fill the bottom. I wouldn't took it any lower than that, which is a 1 to 2, but actually no, you would have got stopped out anyway, unless you had your stop loss way up here. So that's not a 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is down there. Does it go? End of the day, it doesn't matter. End of the day. So that was just not good price action. And I've always said that too. These big ass 4 hour gaps are just not nice to be sitting in. I don't like to trade in them. I like to trade out of it. Or you could have waited what I'm trying to learn. It's just hard because you don't know which 15-minute gap it's gonna hit. Like, I back tested this all day, and some days it'll come up to this one. So if you're waiting for this one, that was a nice entry. And then you could have took it to the bottom, and then your stop loss was above the candle for 1 to 4. If you got in just on that fair value gap tap. So that's why we're back testing. That's why I'm not setting orders or anything, because I don't. This is me trying this as well. Like, it was like I didn't know it was in a 15-minute gap until I saw it reverse, and then I scrolled back. Like, I wouldn't know to mark that every morning. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But you know, it's just like, was this liquidity sweep? Like, it's just hard to know until you know. There was an hour gap that matched up with it though. There was an hourly gap here that matched up nicely, and it bounced out of it earlier than the 15-minute gap. So do with that what you will. That's why we're back testing it now, because I feel like this could help you wait for good entries instead of getting it right at 10 o'clock or whatever, or like how I thought we were going to reverse. You would have just waited for this bounce. Let's just see. Next New York session. This is what you gotta do, y'all. You gotta just back test and try things. If you saw something today on the chart, you try it. There is no gap in here. We do have a nice wick, like we want to go lower. This gap is inversed on the hour, and then I guess hourly target would be here. Let's see if there's a 15-minute gap we can just wait for. There is one here. And there is one in here that we're kind of already in, but let's just see. That's why I don't set limit orders, but that would be the people who just wait for it to see if it taps you in, and then see what happens. Let's see if it does. It does not. I already hit your. Oh, it didn't hit your TP yet. Now it does. So you don't want that. Reverse back up because that's a reversal trade. And that's why I don't set limit orders. That's why I don't set limit orders. Just like that. What is this? Same candle. I mean, these are two shitty ass candles, so I wouldn't have gotten in right at 10 o'clock on that either. You can see if we get a reversal off this liquidity sweep to the downside, which is a nice run off of it, but this is still not that great. And then I do like the 3-minute now. Does the 3-minute give you a reversal? I mean, you do have a bearish fair value gap here. I mean, bullish market structure shift here. Unicorn setup for people who like unicorns. Let's see if you get it. And it's 3 p.m. So no. I mean, if you wanted just the gap, you had it. But again, this is not good price action. I don't like that at all, actually. I really don't. And that's why, let's see what the 15-minute looks like. I don't like that at all. I mean, if you like that trade, that's a good trade for you. I'm sure if you trade another 1 minute, it looked like a good trade. But I don't like those small 1 minute trades. I like a good trade, a good hearty trade. I mean, here to here was swept. 930 highs were swept. I mean, I guess that's decent. Where was our entry? Where were the 930 highs? Barely swept, actually. Not even. So, or this one. Oh, yeah, that 930 high. So that would have been your profit target. Let's see what that risk to reward was. And your stop loss had to be low as fuck. 1 to 1.5. I mean, I don't like that. Next New York session. That's why I'm like, a part of me is like, just stay on the 15-minute. Just stay on the 15-minute, bro, because I'm not trying to be going down. I used to interrupt the 1 minute, but I don't because you can still get faked out. It can like give you a market structure shift, go lower, stop you out, and then go your way. It happens a lot. When you look at the trend lines, do you go by hour or 4 hour for reference? Have you heard of a guy named Blasian? Yes, on YouTube, right? When you look at trend lines, do you go by hour or 4 hour? Mostly the 4 hour, or it just depends on the day. There are some times that the 4 hour is better, the hour is better, but right now we're doing the hour. But I usually just do the 4 hour. Yeah, I've heard of Blasian, why? But I don't look at his strategy or anything. But yeah, 4 hour, 1 hour, do your analysis. You'll know it's clear. Like some days the 1 hour is clearer than the 4. Some days the 4 is clearer than the 1. I'm just saying if you could just trade the 1 this time. Like there's a gap here. We come out of it. How does it look? Because today the 4 hour looked very bullish at first, and then obviously it reversed. But I kind of knew, because that's why the sessions indicator always helps. Like if we're trading sideways, power of 3. You know, if we're already kind of moving up, because London swept one side, we're kind of going to do a New York reversal. Those are daily profiles. That's something that just comes with time. You'll just know it after you see it. It's nothing you can really teach by daily profiles. I lost his account. Too bad. Mental day. Or he lost his account. That sucks. Yeah, I know Gorgeous Trader has lost her funded account a few times. Do you also trade Aldo or consider a good reference? Like a even like an algo, like a bot trader? I don't. But there is a indicator that I used to really like. I never really used it, but it did match up nicely. It's called Super Trend, I think. And if you need an algo or like a fucking, if you really want a fucking bot trader for you, it's a pretty decent one. Let me see. I don't even know how many indicators I can have on this. I don't use it, but it does work really well with the EMA. I have it starred. If you want an algo trader, here it is. It's pretty decent, as you can see. I don't use it, but look at that. We took this trade. We took the sell trade without it, but and then people took that buy trade without it. But if you need an algo trader, I'm not paying for anything, and I don't really believe in them. But Super Trend is a good one if you want to try it. Worked nicely. You just have to know to sell before it comes back up here. We took this trade as well. So if you want that, yeah, but it's just real as fuck. Yeah, you can lose your funded account. I'm negative 400 on mine right now, so it's not the end all be all when you get it. It's a good accomplishment, but you know, it's not. But yeah, if you want to try Super Trend, you can try it. It worked nicely today. Or you can use it, maybe leave it on like your 4-hour chart or your 1-hour chart. And then on your 15-minute chart, use your ICT for a confluence if you want it. Like, you know, sell. But that's up to you. But yeah, if y'all want to try it, Super Trend is a good algo-based indicator. Where are we? All right, 4 hour. We have an hour gap up here. London low down here. 15-minute gap up here as well. This is kind of like what happened today. Let's see if we just push out of it. Would be nice. And if we inverse it, then we're going to these highs at the top. That's how you really look at things. If a gap is inverted, take it on the other side. If it bounces off, take it down. Pick a liquidity point. Go on about your day. Go on about your fucking day. Keep it simple. Boom. Inverted. Buys to this high. Let's see if it goes up there. I mean, there is a liquidity point right here and here, but this is why I wait for 10 o'clock. Because it did not. But it did sweep this liquidity here. And then once we come out of this gap on the 15-minute, let's see if we actually go down this time. That's a nice move. Am I gonna lose all trades on this fucking backtesting session, which I've never done before? Boom, another one. Another loss. Are we actually going to that blue line like I called before? Let's see. And news. So you wouldn't want to trade news anyway. FOMC. Not a good price action. Is what it is. I've traded mornings for FOMC though, and it's usually not this terrible, but bounced off this gap. Terrible trading day. This is why, you know, you have to have good risk management. Because if you do risk management, you can take 5 losses in a row like we've done. This is the first backtesting session in what? This is like our 50th backtesting session. And I've lost more in this session than we've lost on any backtesting session. This is why you don't change your strategy. Keep trading how you trade. Exactly how I should keep trading how I trade. But today I just would not have peeped that on the I mean, if I just would wait on 15-minute, this was my trade without even needing this for right gap. I said candle close above this, candle close below the green one, I'm in a sell. And it gave it to me without me needing to mark this 15-minute gap. So that was just me being impatient after all this jibber jabber. So I could have traded without this strategy, but this is why you backtest before you get on a chart. This could be money I'm losing, and this is why we're doing it on backtesting and not a real chart. Do you live trade? I did. I don't anymore. I used to. I just stopped live trading yesterday. Today's my first day not live trading, and I missed y'all so bad. Like, it's very boring. Especially 2 hours before we got our trade. 2 hours before I got our trade, and I'm just twiddling my thumbs on TikTok versus talking to y'all. So it actually is better to trade live, honestly, because y'all keep me entertained. We talk to each other while trades are playing out. I don't mind waiting on a trade if I'm already in. Like, I gotta confirm of my bias, and then we just trade sideways in my drawdown, and then we go, I'm okay. But when I'm waiting for an entry, I'm like, fuck. But either way, it's no money lost. I just would have missed this. And it happened at 12, which is the time I stay on the chart. I get off at 1, hit my target at 1, so that's what it sucked. But at the same time, 2 hours, no trade. I wouldn't have been mad at that either. But I did sit. I sat for 2 hours and just watched and waited for it to play out for me. And it did. But I don't live trade. Yeah, risk management is so important. It's so important. The only time you can YOLO is if you have like a bunch of money and you're taking a YOLO here and there. Cause that's what the gurus do if they're actually doing it. They might be lying. But you know, once you make $1 million, you can YOLO a 10K trade. You're not gonna do that every day, but you can YOLO it here and there. And if it hits, you just made 100K. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do that when you have $1 million fucking dollars. So, alrighty. Let's go. Let's do 1 hour chart here, 4 hour chart here. Because the 4 hour chart is very much just like, where do we want to go next? I mean, we're already close to this point, so I feel like we would want to go past it. We already pulled back and we reversed. There is a 4 hour gap here that I don't think we're hitting today. Or this candle has to play out, the 6 to 9 candle. Okay, yeah, here we go. If we go lower, that's our target. 1 hour, a bunch of gaps, 4 hour gap, 10 o'clock. Let's see what's T. Boom. I think we should wait for this candle to close in case we bounce off of this as a liquidity sweep reversal up to this gap. See, like that. Wait. Okay. Now that's a good move. Or go on the 15-minute. 15-minute candle close, green, boom. You can wait for one more candle on the 15-minute if you want as well, but I think you can take this. I don't know where your stop loss should be. I still feel like we should wait a little bit though. I think we should wait a little bit more. Am I being scary? Like that. That is better for me as well. But let's just see how it plays out. Okay, now we're finally pushing, and it's 2 o'clock. So, would I have been on the charts this long? Absolutely not. What does it look like on the 3-minute? Like I said, this is just not a regular liquidity point. This is like a 4 hour, like, low from months away. So I assume we trade around it a lot. There is not a gap here. I'm trying to see if there's a gap here you can take this little move off of. I don't see it. Not on the 15-minute either. So we just would have missed that. Or again, yeah, I'm not taking that. But the 2 p.m. people probably took it, this candle, out of the gap. This gap made in the morning. But yeah, this price action is not great. But at least on the 15-minute, you won't get into shitty trades because you're sitting and you see this looks not great. This doesn't look great. Like, at least here, like today, that did not look great. And then you finally got your candle closed and then we finally push. Like, this is a nice move. You see what I'm saying? That's why, like, I'm trying to stay in the 15-minute, but I'm a very impatient person, so I did take that city trade. It's hard to sit through 15-minute candles at a time, but it will help you not waste your fucking money. Name of the trading bot. It's just a trend. It's an indicator called Super Trend on trading. That's not it. Super Trend. Super Trend by Kivankos Bilgic. I'm ready to fucking level up. Period, Tay. Same. This is my last hurdle. This is literally my last hurdle. After this, I'm just making money, trading in peace. Like, this is my last hurdle. I can open my Discord after this. I can do so much after this. My YouTube is finally getting traction. Like, this is my last hurdle. Like literally my last hurdle. And I just have to figure it out. Like I said, this was just me being impatient. I could have took this without any of this. You just wait for a fair value gap to be inverted on a 15-minute chart and take 1 or 2 big candles. That's it. That's really all you need. And the 1 hour did its thing. As well, we got a nice wick. So let's see where we are at tomorrow. But yeah, the 1 hour did its thing, the 4 hour. So you really have to just do your top down analysis. I'm trying to like see if I can like escape having to switch these charts all the time, because I literally actually hate that. I hate going 4 hour, 1 hour, 15, 3, 1, 5. I literally hate that. I want to sit on 2, but I'm about to get 3 screens, and I can put the 4 hour on 1 hour and 15 is what y'all will see in my Discord when I trade, and then I have another screen for the Discord chat. But I want to wait to get payout before I buy that. Obviously, if I need it sooner than later, you have to invest in your future. But obviously, I got funded without it. A lot of people make a lot of money on just their laptop screen. All right, next New York session. This is shitty backtesting session. Sorry for y'all, but this is what it takes. You need to see losses. You need to see that you might lose. You need to see that it's okay to take a loss sometimes, and it's not the end of the world. 15-minute gap here. We still have this 4 hour gap here. Let's stick to the 4 hour. The 1 hour has let us down. 4 hour and the 15. Let's see if we get a little love on this gap. And also you have to wait. My problem is sometimes I'll wait and I only look for inverse, or I only look for a play off of it. Like, you got to be ready for both. Thank you so much. Congratulations on getting funded. Yes, I got funded in 9 months of trading, and then have been not spazzing ever since. But I have not been trading good, patiently. But I really just got impatient in it was like a week and a half, and then I got funded. So it wasn't like I had just been so impatient, so patient for like months before that. I got it under control, and then I got funded. Okay, I think you can get in buys to this gap right at 10 o'clock. Well, nope. This is why you wait. The candle before 10 o'clock usually shows you a lot. That's a nice liquidity sweep. Do you want to take that turtle soup? Oof. I don't know. I mean, if the stop loss is tiny on a turtle soup, I'll take it. That's the only time I take a turtle soup. If the stop loss is like so small, I'll take it. Will we get it? I don't know. I'd rather wait for inverse on this. You know me, I have to wait till I'm sure. But boom, beautiful turtle soup. Beautiful turtle soup. I love a hammer candle, y'all. Y'all know me. All my ICT, all my shit goes out the window when I see a beautiful hammer candle. That's the only price action tool that I just like sit with. A hammer candle with a skinny body. It tells me everything I need to know. A lot of excitement, I'm sure, getting funded. A lot of excitement, a lot of the scared emotions come back too. Like, now I can lose this account. Now I can lose. I copy trade my live account, so it's like now I can lose real money. Which is funny, and that's the thing, when people compare trading to business, it's so comical to me because you can't even compare them. When I was dropshipping, I was throwing money at the fucking Facebook ads. It didn't even feel like scary. I'm testing a new product. This product can be the winner. Testing a new product. 20 products later, spent 20 grand. But like with trading, any $2 I lose, I'm like, hell no. It's just so the way you think of it is so different. And it's like, girl, be serious. You have blown way more money than this. Easily. Don't do that. Or do it when you have a lot of money. When I was dropshipping, I was working a lot and making a lot of money. Trading, I am living off a lot of money that I've made and saved and invested, but I haven't made any more, so I'm gotta be a little scarier, but still. Beautiful turtle soup. If you don't know what turtle soup is, it's like when you get a good liquidity sweep, like a good rejection off a liquidity point, and it just immediately goes in and rejects it, and you can just get in right anytime before this candle closes, or I would wait for the candle to close, obviously, and get in at 10 o'clock, because my rule is no trades before 10 o'clock. However, if you saw this and you got in somewhere up here, I doubt you would. I always wait for it to come back into the range because you don't know if it's going to reverse, if it doesn't come back into the range at least. And it still could not reverse back into the range, but at least it's better. But obviously some people catch some good snipers on turtle soups. And then there's stop losses like this, and you get 1 to 12. Because that's worth the risk, because you're probably risking, what, $20 to make 200, so it's like, that's worth it. But obviously don't take a turtle soup if the stop loss is like fucking this. Like, that's super idiotic. And this is why you take turtle soups, because you did not get market structure shift, you didn't get anything. Your inverse value gap was way down here for you to confirm we're going back down. If you don't know what that means, there's no, like, you have to wait till that candle close below this gap for you to confirm it going down. That's why it's a turtle soup. It's a risk. You get in before you get a market structure shift, before you get a change in the state delivery, before you get anything. That's what a turtle soup is. I know people are gonna be like, oh, ICT and his concepts. I mean, yeah, it's a weird name, but it's just like a risky trade, but off a really good rejection that you marked. That's all it is. Because this is a nice trade, and you would have been like, well, I missed it, or again, this is a 15-minute chart, so no, you wouldn't have. You would have just got in here, and it wouldn't have been that much of a turtle soup, but you might have had your stop loss like that. Still a good trade. I like that one. Great trade. Good win. First win of the night, it seems like. Next New York session. As I said, look at that. As soon as I put the 4-hour chart back on, I'm making money again. See that hour chart? That's why you don't do that, which is a lot of beginners, we do that. We take a few losses because price action is just shitty, and we start trying to switch our strategy up. Don't. And honestly, this is how I've been trading. This is a perfect example of what I've been trying to tell y'all. And it's funny because I'll tell y'all this on live, and I'll fucking be impatient and trade it wrong, like a dumbass. But this is what I like. On the 15-minute chart, we're in a range when I get on at 9 o'clock. It's a little different because we do have liquidity right above it. But this is what I like. And then buys above an inverted bearish gap, sells below this. That's usually a nice move. We do have a big 4-hour gap in here that lines up. So the buys will be a little scarier because we do have this big ass gap here on the 4-hour, but let's see, maybe it runs to at least 50% of the gap, and let's see how that plays out. Okay, I think we're at the end of the day. Yeah, end of the day. Okay, so they didn't really move that much that day, so that's what that was. Even on the 4-hour, small candle, so it didn't really move that day. But you can, like, you would hope it runs up after to like here for a nice trade and then go below. But I like a setup like this, inverted of one of the gaps, and that's gonna be easy. Especially on the 15-minute. 15 minutes is a good time frame now. This could have been a simple, we're going up to the 4-hour gap. So you could have took this little move because that was our buy side target, and we kind of are already moving up there. So that's where that comes from. Just the extra confirmation would have been the inverse, but this is a big gap on the 15-minute anyway. You could have, see if there's another one in here. I mean, there's a tiny one, barely one for a better entry. Like, you got buys above that one, but it's not really that great at all. But liquidity was here. 4-hour gap, we're going to, I would have gotten this trade right at 10 o'clock. But I'm just saying, for the extra confirmation, you could wait for inverse. This is, again, the 15-minute chart, but 1 o'clock, first of all. 1 o'clock. So, there. The bottom of the gap. I'm not trading after that. Trade Ship University Kid, maybe a good reference and source of information. I follow him as well. Trade Ship University Kid. Who is that? I'm not trying to learn anything else, though. I'm already profitable. It's just an emotional thing. That's really all it is. People keep sending me people to watch, and they don't trade like me. Now, I've been watching a little more of Key Flow trades because we trade similar. He's the one who put me on only trading 10 o'clock, but I'm not in a place to learn more. I'm out of the knowledge paralysis phase of my trading. I'm in the trust yourself and be calm and do what you've been doing for 9 months phase. But thank you. But yes, thank you. Also, I trade ICT. If you haven't noticed that about my live, if he's not an ICT trader, I don't want to learn. I need to learn from other ICT traders. I'm not switching up my strategy either. So that's another thing. If you're a beginner, like, you might not like ICT, so you probably shouldn't be in my live because I only do ICT concepts. You need to find someone who trades like how you're learning or how you like to trade, if that makes sense. Especially Discords as well. And I always say that, like, if you like ICT, I mean, you don't like ICT, like, don't buy my mentor, don't join my Discord because you like me. I respect that, but it's gonna make your life harder, and I don't want that for you. I'm trying to be a real trader, not a scammer, so I don't need you to join just to join. You know what I'm saying? Okay, looking like we're going up to this. Did I do next New York session? Okay, good, because y'all know me. It looks like we just want to keep going up to that, so it may be a sign to buy and take it up. We already inversed this one, so for extra confirmation, maybe you want to wait for this one if you're extra scared. See so the one last time, the fair value gap at the top was so close that you didn't need to wait for these confirmations. But we have a nice move off of this one, so you can wait. I should explain that on the last time. So last time you should have got in right at 10 o'clock because we were already so close to that gap already. What was 10 o'clock? Here. We were right here, and the gap was here. That's a small move. But for here, we can actually wait for this to get inverted if we want it to be sure we're going up, because this is still a nice move even after the inversion. We do have a liquidity point here, though, that we could reverse from, but I don't think we are. I think we're going up there, but let's just see. But, well, we didn't even get in. That's before 10 o'clock. Those 9:30 traders, that's them. Good luck and good night. Thank you. Of course. Thank you. It already ran up. Boom. Inversed it. So now we're probably either going to keep going or we're going to finally reverse back to the downside. So now you're just waiting for that. And we kept going up. So I would again wait for a candle close out of this gap now, because that's still a nice move. Are we going to get it? Who knows? Okay, I mean, let's see. Boom, there's the reversal I thought. Like, I like to wait, because if you're at a point we can reverse from, you have to really wait and see if we're going to reverse or not, or keep going higher or not. Alrighty, there's the gap to close below. Do we get it? No, it bounced off of it so far. Bounced off it again to go higher. Boom, now we got a candle close, but that's still what? The afternoon, it's 2 o'clock. I wouldn't be on the charts at 2 o'clock. This is a kind of nice reversal, but I still don't like it. This is the confirmation I wanted. And then 2 o'clock, people are probably taking the sales back down. And not even, yeah, just not great price action. That's why I like to sit on the 15-minute chart. Like, I want a big move like this. I don't get that. I don't need it. And I can trade less. That's the good thing about when you start using your own money and when you start paper trading. I mean, you start using your own money and you're on a real funded account, you don't even need to trade every day. You don't even want to risk it. You want to wait for a good setup. And if not, you're not trading. Let's see if we get something on the 3-minute. Not even. There's no gaps in here. None. There's one here, but we don't even tap it. Oh no, we do. We tap it. But still, at what? 1 o'clock just to go down to here? I don't know if that's worth it. But if y'all need to see it, And I honestly used to do that. I used to wait for optimal trade entry, even if it just takes a while. And then what does that trade look like? Stop loss maybe above these highs, and then take it to just the low that was just made for a 1 to 2.5. That's not terrible. But it's still like what, 1 o'clock out of at 2, and you're still in the chart for 4 hours. Maybe that was a terrible backtesting session. Obviously, that's what happens. That's what you gotta do though, y'all. You gotta try things on backtesting. If you saw an idea, try it on backtesting. You saw it didn't work, and then you go back to what you know, and we see how it does work. We just are in shitty price action, or we're emotional, or whatever. So tomorrow, like I said, I'm still gonna be paper trading a little bit, and then getting my emotions back right. Sitting on the 4 hour, seeing where we go from here. Maybe sitting on the 1 hour on this side to start, and then go to the 15-minute. And we'll go from there. And I'll see y'all. I won't see y'all in the morning. I don't live trade anymore. I'll be opening it up to my Discord. And yeah, but I'll be back testing again every night tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern.